Ding, ding, ding! 3 sevens flash across the screen. The machine explodes in lights and sound. Bells ringing, reels spinning, adrenaline surging. You know that feeling, right? That moment when the machine just clicks and starts paying out. But here's what former casino insiders are finally revealing. Some slot machines are built to pay, and others are built to take. The difference? It's hidden in plain sight. Behind every glowing screen and catchy jingle are 9 secrets that casinos never put on the brochure. Secrets about which slots offer the best payouts, where they hide them on the floor, and how to spot them before you ever press spin. In this video, I'll share the exact methods real floor employees used to help friends and family pick winning machines. No theories, no fluff, just hard-earned insider tactics that separate the players who walk out with money from the ones left wondering where it all went. Whether you're a casual weekend player or planning that Vegas getaway, these 9 secrets could completely change the way you play slots. So, let's start with this. What's the longest winning streak you've ever had on a slot machine? 1 hour? 3 hours? A whole night? Drop it in the comments. I want to see who's really been on a heater. Now let's get into what casinos hope you never discover. Secret number 1. Identical machines, different payouts. Not all slot machines are created equal, even when they look exactly the same. Let's talk about something called RTP, return to player. It's the percentage of all money wagered that a machine pays back over its lifetime. For example, a machine set at 96% RTP will return about $96 for every $100 played through it over millions of spins. The remaining $4? That's the casino's built-in edge, their profit. Here's where most players get fooled. 2 machines sitting side by side, both Buffalo, Wheel of Fortune, or Lightning Link, can have completely different RTP settings. One might be programmed at 92%, the other at 96%. Same reels, same graphics, same bonus round, but totally different math running underneath. Why? Because manufacturers produce multiple versions of every game. 90%, 92%, 94%, 96%. Then, casinos pick which one to install based on their business goals. Busy areas near the entrance, usually the tighter versions. Quieter corners or deeper floor sections, often the looser ones. When I worked the casino floor, we saw this constantly. One guest would brag about crushing it on a Buffalo slot in one section, then lose everything on a Buffalo just 50 feet away. Same title, different math. They blame bad luck, but we knew better. And here's the kicker. Casinos never display RTP on the machines. There's no label saying 92% or 96%. You have to learn to spot the clues yourself, and that's what we're doing today. Your challenge? Next time you're at a casino, find 2 of the same slot machines in different areas. Play $20 on each. Notice which one gives you more frequent small wins, keeps you in the game longer, or just feels warmer. Try it and tell me what you find in the comments. I want to see how many people notice the difference firsthand. Secret number 2. Higher denominations, higher payback. Here's one of the simplest secrets that flips your odds instantly. The higher the denomination, the higher the payout percentage. It's not true for every single machine, but it's right about 90% of the time. Here's the general pattern. Penny slots, 85 to 90% RTP. Nickel slots, 90 to 92% RTP. Quarter slots, 92 to 94% RTP. Dollar slots, 94 to 96% RTP. $5 slots and above, 96 to 98%. Sometimes even higher. Why does this happen? Because the casino earns more per spin from higher denomination players, so they can afford to give a little more back while still making the same profit. A penny slot might take 1,000 spins to make the casino $50. A dollar slot can make that same $50 in 50 spins. Either way, the casino wins, but the dollar player gets the better math. Now let's see what that means in real terms. If you play $100 on a penny slot, averaging 88% RTP, you'll lose about $12 per $100 cycled through over time. On a dollar slot at 95% RTP, you'll lose closer to $5 per $100. That's less than half the loss rate. But there's a catch, and it's a big one. You need the bankroll to support higher denominations. If you've only got $50 and you sit at a $5 machine betting $10 per spin, you've got 5 spins. That's not a session, that's a coin toss. You need at least 100 to 200 spins for the math to even out and give you a chance to catch bonuses or streaks. So what's the sweet spot? For most players, quarters to dollar slots. If you've got $100, bet between 50 cents and $1 per spin. If you've got $200, go for $1 to $2 bets. You'll get solid RTP and enough spins to let the variance play out. Quick quiz. If you had $150, would you rather play a penny slot at 88.8% RTP for 3 hours or a dollar slot at 95% RTP for 1 hour? One gives you time, the other gives you math. Which would you pick? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm always curious how players think about this trade-off. The denomination sweet spot most players miss. Here's something ex-casino employees noticed constantly. Most casual players miss the sweet spot completely. It's not about playing the highest denomination you can afford. It's about finding the level where you can stay in the game long enough for the math to work. Think of it this way. If you're betting $5 a spin with a $100 bankroll, you've only got 20 spins. If you get cold and miss a bonus, it's over before it starts. But if you drop down to $1.25 per spin, now that same $100 gives you 80 spins. That's 80 chances to trigger a bonus, catch a streak, or hit a decent win. The math on higher denominations is better, but only if your bankroll can handle enough spins for that edge to matter. As one casino floor manager used to say, you can't hit the bonus if you run out of money before it triggers. So what's your usual bet per spin? And be honest, does your bankroll cover at least 100 spins at that level? No judgment, just curiosity. Comment below. Secret number 4. Video poker beats every slot. Now let's talk about the game most people walk right past, video poker. If you want the best payouts in the entire casino, this is it. No contest. A full-pay jacks or better machine, the version labeled 9.6, offers an RTP of 99.54% with perfect play. Even if you make a few mistakes, you're still sitting around 98 to 99%. Compare that to regular slots averaging 90 to 92%, and you're cutting the house edge in half. Why do ex-casino employees swear by video poker? Because the math is transparent. The pay table is right there on the screen. You can see exactly what a royal flush, full house, or flush pays, and every hand follows standard 52-card deck odds. No mystery reels, no hidden algorithms, just math you can verify. Now, it's not for everyone. Video poker requires decisions. You have to know which cards to hold and which to discard. If you just match buttons, that 99.5% RTP drops to 95% or lower fast. But learn basic strategy. Literally, one chart you can keep on your phone, and you're suddenly playing one of the best games in the building. Here's what to look for. Find a machine labeled jacks or better. Look at the pay table for one coin bet values. If a full house pays 9 and a flush pays 6, that's 9-6 jacks or better. If it's 8 and 5, that's 8 to 5, weaker version. That small difference, 9-6 versus 8-5, equals about 1.5% RTP over a few hours. That's real money. Your mission? Next time you walk past the video poker section, check 3 machines. Can you spot the difference between a good pay table and a bad one? Comment below if you find a 9-6 machine at your local casino. I want to see how common they still are. And hey, if you just want to relax and spin reels, that's fine. But if you're after the best odds in the building, they're sitting quietly right there on those poker screens. Secret number 4. Pay tables are the real hidden code. If you've ever wondered why two machines with the same theme pay totally differently,
The answer is right in front of you. It's the pay table. The pay table isn't just decoration, it's the machine's DNA. It tells you how generous or stingy that game truly is. Take two Cleopatra machines. Both might have identical graphics, reels, and bonus rounds, but if one pays 250x for 5 wilds and the other pays 200x, guess what? The first one's RTP is higher. That one change, 250 versus 200, could shift the long-term payout by 1 to 2%. That's huge over thousands of spins. Casinos know most players never check this stuff. They just sit down, hit max bet, and hope the free spins show up. But the ex-employees, we always checked. When we walked the floor, we'd note which versions offered higher top symbol payouts, which bonus features triggered more often, which ones were quietly downgraded after a few months. And here's a pro move most players never do. If you find a slot you love, like Lightning Link, Buffalo Gold, or Quick Hit, screenshot the pay table before you play. Then, when you find another version later, compare the numbers. You'll instantly know if it's a high return or low return version. It's like reading the ingredients label on food. The fancy packaging might look the same, but what's inside can be completely different. So the next time you walk into a casino, take 20 seconds to look at the pay table before you spin. Those few seconds could save you hundreds of dollars over time. Secret number 5. Machine placement isn't random. Here's a secret every casino technician learns early. Machines aren't placed randomly, they're placed strategically. Casinos study player psychology the way scientists study lab mice. Every aisle, every flashing light, every sound cue, it's all designed to make you move, sit, and spend. The goal? To maximize visibility and profit. Here's how it really works. High traffic areas, near entrances, bars, and bathrooms, usually house tighter machines. These are there to attract attention, bright lights, loud winds, not necessarily to pay out. Middle floor zones are dead corners. These are often looser machines. Casinos use them to encourage exploration and keep you moving deeper into the floor. Buy table games or cash-out counters? Expect tighter settings again. Those areas are all about keeping you playing. And here's an insider tip. Ask yourself, does this area make the casino money even if I'm not playing here? If the answer is yes, like near a bar or a show entrance, that machine is probably tight. But if it's in a quiet zone with no distractions, that's where they'll place a few showcase machines, the ones they actually let win. When I worked the floor, we used to joke, if a slot's in the middle of nowhere, that's where the good stuff hides. So the next time you're walking through a casino, slow down and observe. Watch where people are hitting bonuses. Notice which areas feel cold and which ones feel hot. Once you start seeing the patterns, you'll never look at the floor layout the same way again. Secret number 6. The truth about progressive jackpots. Everyone loves the dream of hitting a life-changing jackpot. The flashing lights, the crowd gathering, the casino host rushing over with a giant check. But here's what most players never realize. Progressive slots trade payout frequency for dream-sized prizes. That massive jackpot number you see climbing above the reels doesn't come from nowhere. It comes straight out of the game's base payouts. Here's how it works. Every time someone, anywhere in the network, spins that machine, a small percentage, usually 1 to 3% of every bet, is skimmed and added to the progressive prize pool. That means the machine's base RTP drops by the same amount. So if the base version of a slot pays 95%, the progressive version might only pay 92 to 93% until that jackpot hits. It's a trade-off. You're giving up small, steady wins for the chance at one massive one. When I worked behind the scenes, we saw this all the time. Players who lived for those dream jackpots would often burn through bankrolls twice as fast. Now here's the insider edge. If you do want to play a progressive, only play when the jackpot is abnormally high. That's when the math actually flips. Once the jackpot grows large enough, usually 3 to 4 times its base reset amount, the total RTP surpasses the normal version of the game. That's called the overlay point. For example, if a Wheel of Fortune progressive usually resets at $500,000 and it's sitting at $1.2 million, that's when it's finally worth playing, because now the jackpot has built up enough value to offset the lower base payback. So the next time you're tempted by that giant number, check how long it's been since the last hit. If it's near record highs, you've got good timing. If not, stick to non-progressive slots with steadier math. Remember, the bigger the dream, the lower the odds. And casinos love players who chase dreams instead of math. Secret number 7. The Players Club trick that casinos hope you ignore. Let's talk about something players love to skip. The Players Club card. You know the one. Swipe here, earn points, maybe get a free buffet. Most people think it's just for comps and junk mail, but if you use it correctly, it's one of the most powerful tools you have against the house. Here's why. Casinos track every dollar you play, every bet you make, and how long you sit. They know your habits better than you think. So why not make that work for you? Every time you play without your card, you're literally throwing away 2 to 5% of your total value. Those comps, meals, rooms, cashback, free play are the only way to claw back part of that house edge. Here's the insider trick most employees used to teach their friends. Sign up for the Players Club, even if you only visit once. Always use your card, but not immediately. Start your first few spins without it to see how the machine feels. Once you're comfortable and decide to stay, insert your card. Redeem free play carefully. Don't dump it all at once. Use it during higher traffic times when more loose machines are active. And here's a tip casinos hate. If you're staying multiple days, split your play across properties under the same ownership. MGM, Caesars, Boyd, and Penn, they all share databases. When they see your total action spread evenly, you'll often trigger higher value offers the following month. That's how regulars get free suites, show tickets, and hundreds in promo credits without ever being a high roller. Bottom line, if you're going to give the casino action, make it work for you. Swipe, track, and redeem, because the house is already tracking everything you do.
Secret number 8. New machines often pay better. At first. Here's one secret almost no regular player knows. Brand new machines are often set looser during their launch phase. Why? Because casinos want them to look hot. When a new game hits the floor, especially a flashy title like Buffalo Diamond, Dragon Link Golden Century, or Money Train, casinos need players to notice. And the best way to do that is simple. Let it pay in the beginning. The goal isn't generosity, it's marketing. If a new machine starts handing out wins, people talk. Word spreads fast. Hey, those new machines by the bar are hitting. Crowds build, seats fill, and before long, the area becomes a hotspot. Then, once that initial buzz wears off, the settings quietly tighten. The payout curve goes back to normal, and the lucky streak disappears. So here's how to take advantage. Play new releases early. When you see a machine labeled new or featured, give it a test run within the first few weeks it appears on the floor. Stick to low to mid denominations. Casinos typically test new titles in those ranges to attract the most players. Move on once it cools off. If you notice fewer bonus triggers or smaller wins after a month or two, that's your cue to switch games. It's not magic, it's marketing psychology paired with adjustable math. As one slot tech once told me, we don't tighten the screws all at once. We do it slowly so nobody notices. Secret number 9. Licensed theme slots are the worst deals in the house. You know those flashy branded machines, Game of Thrones, Monopoly, Willy Wonka, The Walking Dead? They look amazing, sound incredible, and pay terribly. Here's why. Licensing fees.
Every time a casino installs a branded machine, a chunk of each wager, sometimes up to 15%, goes straight to the brand owner. That's money that could have gone toward payouts, but instead goes to Hollywood, Hasbro, or some entertainment company. So what happens? The manufacturer compensates by lowering the RTP. A normal version of a slot might run at 94 to 96% RTP. The licensed one, often 88 to 91%. It's like buying a car with a celebrity's name on it. You're not paying for performance, you're paying for branding. When I worked on the inside, we used to laugh because the busiest machines were often the tightest. People flocked to them for nostalgia, old movie themes, classic shows, pop icons, and casinos knew they could get away with worse odds because players were there for the experience, not the math. So here's the takeaway. If you care about winning, skip the fancy screens and stick with the plain ones. Classic 3-reel, simple video slots, or proven math titles like Double Diamond, Quick Hit, 5 Dragons, or Jacks or Better video poker. Flash sells, math pays. The final insider truth. So there you have it, the 9 casino slot secrets ex-employees finally revealed. Identical machines can have different payouts. Higher denominations usually mean higher RTP. Video poker beats nearly every slot for long-term returns. Pay tables reveal which machines are worth your time. Machine placement is carefully planned, not random. Progressive jackpots lower your base payouts. Players' club cards can secretly add value to your play. New machines start loose, then tighten later. Licensed slots look fun, but drain your bankroll faster. And remember, this isn't about beating the casino. It's about playing smarter within a system that's designed to make you lose slowly. Knowledge doesn't guarantee a jackpot, but it does guarantee you'll lose less, last longer, and understand exactly what's happening behind those flashing mites. So next time you walk onto that casino floor, you'll see what others don't. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your go-to machine? Buffalo, Lightning Link, Video Poker? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And hey, like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more insider casino strategies every week. Share this with your casino crew. Let's help everyone play smarter together. This is Casino Pro Experts, bringing you the truth casinos never want you to know. See you in the next one.